Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my beautiful people. It's your brother, your friend, Casey Brand TV. It's another beautiful one. That's why we are here to learn from this platform. Yeah, we're going to be talking about some document issues like long-term resident permits, which is this 00, this Carta de Soggiorno. So guys, this one they can change to 10 years permit. Understand? 10 years before it go expire. So now the document we want to talk how you can obtain this document so easy. So understand, some people they ask how can I get this document, what is the easiest way, what is the rules, how to get them. So let me explain better for you so that you can know how to obtain it. This is like the 2021 updates about this document. So guys, please stay attentively, don't skip the video. Understand, you don't know where you can get the better information where. So they say if you have been living in Italy with a valid permesso for the past 5 years, you may consider applying for permesso di soggiorno. Understand, that is permesso di soggiorno per lungo periodo, also known as Carta di Soggiorno or AU long-term permit in English. These permits prevent you from being expelled from Italy unless for several security reasons and enable you to participate in some form of local public life, for example, referendum at the municipality level. Understand, the AU long-term permit also allow you to work or study in other AU countries. Also allow you to work or study in other AU countries with this long-term permit, this Carta di Soggiorno. So, who can apply? How can you apply to get this permesso? You can apply for the AU long-term permit if you hold a valid permit of stay. For example, subsidiary protection. Listen to yourself. If you know, so you get subsidiary. Listen. Refugee status, work or family permit if you hold asilo political and you met the requirement list below. If you have a motivo humanitaria or casa speciale permesso, you are not eligible for the Carta di Soggiorno. So, however, you need to convert your 2 years permit to a permesso per motivo di lavoro subordinato or autonomo. You may become eligible in the future. If you know say you get Casa di Soggiorno, protezione speciale, understand? So you owe those 2 years permesso. You need to convert your document to motivo di lavoro. Who holds subsidiary protection don't need to convert your own to working permits, but just need to work with it. After the 5 years, you know, so you work with these 5 years. If you work with it with this long term, if you get your code with better contracts, understand, from 1 year contract, understand, or you get autonomous, you pay the taxes, you can convert your document after 5 years, subsidiary. You will get permesso per due anni, we get for 2 years. You need to convert your documents to motivo di lavoro or autonomo for you to apply for this Carta di Soggiorno after 5 years. Understand? So subsidiary as low political, they don't need to convert their documents. They don't need to work with their documents and go for it if you have your code. Understand? The code is what is important. Your code must reach. There is a amount that your code need to reach before you can apply for it. So, as a general rule, you need to meet most of these categories. Understand? You need to meet in most of these categories list to apply for the Carta di Soggiorno. You also need to provide your criminal record. Understand? Your criminal record, and you need to go for a test like Italian license. Understand? For a test, Italian test. So if you know you get ADUE, that one very important. USD company or USD less PC. You understand? Go for this ADUE. Go apply for ADUE. Go for this Tessameda. You say you want to do ADUE. Go for any school. Tell us you want to do ADUE. Apply for it so that if you get this, use this ADUE to go apply for your Carta where you don't reach. Because if you want to go do the test, the Italian test, it's hard. Understand? One kind. It's not easy to to pass the test so easily. Understand? So that ADUE, they will teach you well so that you feel after you don't teach you like 3 months, you feel sit for the exam, you pass. So they'll give you a certificate. But if you say you want to go try the Italian test, they hard do for my people. So better you just go and do your ADUE if you know so you still get chance. So, and your criminal record, you don't need to commit crime for the countryside. It's very, very good. You understand? You need to keep your hands clean. You understand? Don't commit any crime at all. if you know say you want to get this Carta, if you know say you want to come for the Italy side, go another European country, go better your life, you need to keep your hand clean and get that adue. Understand? So you need to the work also. You need to the work, make sure so you're cool, that is you're ready to they high small. Understand? So I go reach there when I just listing. So you need to have lived in Italy for at least 5 years, consecutive years, holding a valid Italian permesso di soggiorno. You stay in Italy is considered uninterrupted if you did not stay outside the country for more than 6 months at once. However, understand, no more than 10 months over the 5 years. If you know say, understand, if you know say now 5 years residence, you don't need to stay outside Italy uninterrupted like 6 months. If they want like 6 months inside that 5 years, understand, 10 months. If they want you understand, maybe after that 6 months, if you consider, but if you don't reach that 10 months, it's a big problem. So you see, they say you don't need, to stay in Italy is considered uninterrupted if you did not stay outside the country for more than 6 months at once. More than 6 months, so you don't come for Italy for 6 months at once, no good. So overall, no more than 10 months over the 5 years, not more than 10 months over the 5 years. So you don't come for Italy for 10 months, go stay outside. Understand? If you come out for Italy 3 months, you need to come back. You hear say 6 months at once, no good. Just go stay 6 months in that country, no good. You go stay 10 months for inside these 5 years, no see good. So you need to be careful for that. Don't come out for Italy like that 6 months or 5 or 10 months. Just go stay for another country. Then they can't follow you. Understand? Because you want to go ask for this Carta di Soggiorno. So if you have subsidiary protection or refugee status, you can start calculating your 5 years from the moment you feed your asylum request, submitting your C3 form. That moment you request for asylum, at that time you start to calculate your 5 years. Now that time you start to calculate your 5 years. Maybe you enter 2014, 2015, 2013. You need to calculate at that time when you fill your C3. You need to calculate them. So, if you have subsidiary protection or asilo political, you can start calculating your 5 years from the moment you feed your asylum request submitting your C3 form. If you have a humanitarian or Carta speciale when I list you, and you want to apply for the Carta di Soggiorno, you need first to convert it to a working permit. After receiving your work permit, you can apply for the Carta di Soggiorno 5 years after you receive your first permesso per motivo humanitarian or 2 years Carta speciale. You understand? The moment you receive your first Carta speciale, then you can't see work. You convert that to permit per lavoro. When the lavoro you renew like 2 times to make and see 3 times. So you want to renew your documents 2 years, not 3 times. You can convert it. You see, you need to convert your humanitarian Carta speciale to or lavoro. Understand? Or autonomous. Once you convert that to autonomous, you can calculate it like that 5 years. Not be that time when you convert it, you can't start to calculate them. You can calculate the one we don't fair use before. Those 2 years we don't fair use or 3 years we don't fair use. Calculate and join till 5 years. So make sure you convert them before that 5 years. Then you can apply for the Carta di Soggiorno. Now, so you will get 2 years. Try to convert your document to autonomous. If you cannot go for a job for this working permit, try convert it to autonomous. Pay the taxes. After 5 years, you just try for this Carta di Soggiorno. So people see they do understand. So note for humanitarian and Carta speciale permit the practice. Understand? Various questora understand could start calculating the 5 years early. For example, for when you receive your permesso per richiesta asilo, please consult a lawyer for advice on your specific case. So you see, some questora will even help you calculate 5 years when you receive your humanitarian protection. 5 years when you receive your humanitarian protection. That moment when you receive your humanitarian protection, you need to calculate something like that. When you convert, maybe after 2 years past, you can't still work for the next 2 years. You work, understand? After the 3rd time when you want to renew and you see the work, you can convert it. Maybe when you want to make 6 years for the countryside, you can convert it. Make sure you work. That's why you need to convert your document. When you get 2 years, convert it to working permit. After 5 years, you can ask for Carta di Soggiorno. People will get as low political protection, subsidiary protection. They don't need to convert their documents. They don't need to just need to work with it. When they work with valid contracts, after 5 years, you can convert your documents to Carta di Soggiorno. But let's look the maximum yearly income what they will need from you. To apply for the Carta di Soggiorno, you need to have a maximum yearly income equal to a higher than Italy yearly social insurance income in 2021. Where they update now 2021, it was set at €5,983.64. €5,983.64. That number goes up by 50% for each additional family member you have. For example, if you have 2 children, you need to earn twice the yearly social insurance income. If you get children, that's so the thing they high. That 5,900 now be for only one person. If you don't get children, the thing go still high to, understand? You go high to 11,000, you go add more. So that's so it go. So if you want to know more, if you want to apply for it, understand, for people will go help you calculate. If you know you get children, if you know you be single, once you get 6,000 code, you don't fit enter. Once you don't get children, you need to go meet CGLA. Understand? Chisley. Now those people, CAF office, all those people will help you. If you get patronato or you get commercialista, they can help you calculate for you to know, say, if you get children, to know, say, you fit use this your code, enter. Like if you get 2 children, you need to get like 11 to 12,000 euro. Because you now 5,000 plus, that's almost 6,000. So once children enter, they say 50% additional will add. So you need to consult your commercialista or patronato, or if you get Chisley, if you know say you want to go to, if you don't reach, if you don't say you don't work, you don't reach 5 years to the countryside, go to Chisley for them to help you calculate your code. If your code go fit enter to request for this Carta di Soggiorno. So please, you will get 2 years. It's better for you to find work to convert your document, or you go for autonomous. That one they very important for you to, if you want to apply for Carta di Soggiorno. This Carta di Soggiorno you can use to work outside the European country and study also. With these 2 years and 5 years we'll get, not only for Italy, now you just die rich. Not only Italy if you use them, you cannot use it to go and work outside Europe or another European country. So you cannot stay more than 6 months for it outside the country at once. You need to stay 3 months, you need to come back. If you go on another European country, go stay like 6 months at once. Let me say, to go request for this Carta, they feel rejected. If you want to go renew your document self, they even the whole lamb. Understand, the commission will even hold the document. Say you go on that country, go stay like 6 months. You know they turn back to Italy, because no, they give you the documents for you to work. Understand, for Italy side. So that you need to be careful before you travel. Say you want to go on that European country, go they stay. So make sure say you use your brain. Don't be say you just come out. Except to put your documents for autonomous for the countryside. Use your brain, feel travel, go they work, till they pay your taxes. Let me say you come for the countryside, you go stay for that country. You know they come back at all. If you want to renew your documents, they feel hold you. Understand? They feel hold you the document. Many of people don't lose that document. I know many people will come back from different countries calling their document. They hold the document. The document never come out since 2 years now. The document never come out. So no say they don't go on that country, go chop 1 year. When you just say under their law, 3 months, 6 months at once is very dangerous. Even 10 months for 5 years, you stay 10 months outside country. It is very dangerous. So you need to be careful. Don't be say you travel, they go on that country. When they take advice, 6 months is very dangerous. 10 months for inside 5 years, it is dangerous. If you want to go apply for Carta di Soggiorno, stay for the countryside, the hustle small. God go bless us. So guys, share this information to our brother and sister out there so they can know what is going on and the updates of today. Please don't forget to like, share, and show love. Bye for now. See you on my next video. It's your brother, your friend, Brand TV.